What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about 10 fragrances if I had to keep for life. Let's say I can only keep these 10 fragrances. These are the ones I would keep. I think I've done this video before, but this is pretty much an updated version of it just because I've gotten a lot of new things from the time I made that last video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First, it's going to have to be Tuxedo. I feel like if you watch my channel, you already know this fragrance is probably going to be on this list. There's nothing that matches this DNA for me. I think this DNA, like, yes, there's the Roche's Eau de Parfum. Yes, there's the clones that are pretty good. But besides that, there's nothing really that I've smelled that comes really close to this DNA. It's unique. It's really easy to like. Also a compliment getter. Next, this is going to be a fragrance that this is my second bottle. Maybe my, I think this is my third bottle. It's going to be Creed Viking. It's that good. I think it's definitely come close to being my favorite from the house of Creed. And the only reason I feel like it doesn't take over is just the sentimental value for Aventus, just because that's the one fragrance my fiance got me when we first started dating. But this is like pretty much right there. It's pretty much tied for first place, honestly. Out of Aventus and Viking, I probably wear Viking a little more. But Aventus is still great. And I have like the three versions of Aventus, the Afterglow Aventus, and Aventus Cologne. So I'm kind of switching around with those three versions of Aventus. And talking about Aventus, the next one on this list is going to be Aventus. Aventus is one of those fragrances I feel like I always have to have it in my collection. No matter what happens. Let's say I decide to give up my entire collection. I feel like Aventus is always going to be there. Same with Viking. And probably with Tuxedo, and probably with all the fragrances in this collection or in this video are probably going to be the fragrances I keep if I ever want to sell all my fragrances. There's a lot that I have that I really love, but I feel like these are probably my must-haves. And it would be pretty hard to just get rid of my entire collection again. And just only keep 10 for the rest of my life and not buy another fragrance. Next is going to be Imagination. This is definitely new to the list just because it's a not too recent, but a recent pickup for me. It's probably the most, from the ones I have, this is my most complimented fragrance, even though it's one of the newer ones in my collection. It's that good. Projection, sillage, performance is just great overall. And I really just do love the scent. I was looking into the discontinued Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne, and apparently it smells really close to Imagination. Don't know if that's true. It was like, I forgot exactly what I was reading into, but it's pretty much like Imagination, but without a certain note. But I wish I would have been able to get my hands on that. I know it's discontinued now, long gone, so it's kind of hard to go for that fragrance. Let's see what next is going to be. Another one from the House of Creed. This one I wasn't sure if to put in this list, but I wasn't sure which other one which I would replace if I wasn't grabbing this one. It's going to be Royal Oud. So Royal Oud, no, I don't wear it too much. Big price tag, but it smells great. I had a clone that smelled great, but it's not really a clone of this. Your Royal Highness 3 is the clone I'm talking about, but your Royal Oud on its own, it's a really great fragrance. Again, it's one of those that doesn't really smell like anything else that you probably own. I've heard it smells like one Fougere, what's it called? One Houbigant fragrance. I think it was called like Bois Mysterio. No, Ombre something. I don't remember. I think it was like Ombre de Abyss or something. Apparently smells really close. If I'm not mistaken, or it might be a different one. I think it's like Bois something. I'm not too sure. Apparently that comes close, but lacks performance. This is a beast. You're not really gonna have any performance issues with this fragrance. At least not. I haven't had any. I don't know if people have performance issues with that fragrance. Next, this is also gonna be a new one for this list. It's gonna be Spice Blend. So Spice Blend is the fragrance that I purchased, or my girl and I purchased when I proposed. For that reason, it would have to always be in my collection, just to bring back that memory. I feel like this was one of the fragrances that I can't really get rid of. This is a staple. Now it's always going to be my collection. The best way to describe this fragrance is like a niche, or not niche, it's like a higher end version of Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Parfum. I'll say Eau de Parfum specifically. I would say this is like the higher end version, or like the luxurious version of that fragrance. If you're wondering what it kind of smells like, that's probably the closest I could tie it to. Not saying it smells identical, but it's like in the same same playing field. This is probably going to be the cheapest fragrance in this list, but it's a fragrance I love. I think it's a masterpiece from Guerlain. For you guys that watch my video, you guys probably assumed this was going to be in this video. It's going to be Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. I do have the Parfum. I wear this one over the Parfum, actually. I need to get more wearings off the Parfum. I'm probably going to wear it today, actually. But this is a great fragrance. I'm a big fan of Guerlain fragrances. So like, I actually picked up Vetiver Parfum the other day for a great price. And at first, I was a little I feel like I wasn't in love with it. I just liked it. But now I'm starting to love it a bit more. Thinking about Habit Rouge now, since that's the fragrance I think when I tried it, probably least liked. I don't remember if it was a Parfum or Eau de Parfum, but I definitely have to try it to see how I feel about it now. The L'Homme Ideal line, I've had the Eau de Toilette, I've had the L'Intense, I've had the Extreme, I have the Parfum. I haven't tried the Eau de Parfum, but apparently the Parfum is better than the Eau de Parfum. And the Eau de Toilette is one of the ones that I sold when I got rid of my collection. But even during that time, I loved Guerlain fragrances before I sold my entire collection. So happy to have this one. Definitely gonna have to buy a big bottle. This is probably gonna be one of the fragrances I'm gonna have to rebuy, because I'm probably gonna get through this. Maybe this year, if not next year. And I should probably get looking into buying another one, or just buying the bigger bottle, just in case it gets discontinued. That's how much I love that fragrance. Even though the Parfum's similar, I just want to make sure I have the Extreme. Next on the list is going to be Sauvage Elixir. So Sauvage Elixir is what made me not put Absolute Aventus in this list. So obviously Aventus is already on the list, so I need something that doesn't smell like Aventus. If it's the only one that I can, if I can only keep these 10 fragrances for life, Sauvage Elixir is different enough from Aventus Absolute, or Absolute Aventus, for me to put this on this list instead of Absolute Aventus. Compliment getter, strong fragrance. Love the DNA. I could definitely see myself wearing this for the rest of my life. Same with the rest of all these other fragrances. Easy to wear through the office as long as you don't overspray. And yeah, it's definitely the best Sauvage as of right now. I've had the Eau de Parfum, the Eau de Toilette, and I do not have the Parfum. I do have a sample of the Parfum, and I do have a sample of Eau Forte. Eau Forte I might pick up at some point. We'll see. I'm waiting for it to come out at a pretty decent price. I haven't really checked the prices, but I'm waiting for a decent price for it. Jubilation 25 is a must. This is definitely probably the hardest to wear in this list, but this is like the bold manly man fragrance. No shot at Sauvage Elixir, Viking, or Aventus, but all this like baby chest hair that I got on my chest is because of this fragrance. My beard started connecting a little bit more just because of this fragrance. It actually made me grow my mustache in less than 24 hours. I'm just kidding, guys. I still can't grow a beard. My chest hair is okay, and but yeah, it was all because of this fragrance. But yeah, this is probably the manliest smelling fragrance in this collection. Nothing wrong with anything else here, but this is like I'm just gonna say this is man's fragrance. Like perfect if you're going out with the boys. Perfect if maybe you go to the barber. I don't really go to the barber. That's a great barbershop fragrance. I think you assert your dominance with that fragrance. But you also have to be able to pull it off, I guess. And lastly, it's going to be Angel Share. Yep, I just talked about a Manly Man fragrance, and then I'm going to Angel Share, a sweet boozy fragrance. I love the DNA. I don't know. It's very different from everything else that's in this collection, in these 10. I love it. I had clones of it, and I can't see myself not having it for the rest of my life. It's one of the fragrances I wore a lot for a bit and kind of stopped wearing throughout the colder weather just because, I mean, I have to be in the mood for sweetness. I'm not the biggest sweetness fan or sweet fan. I'm not also a big gourmand guy. So, you know, this isn't really gourmand, but it's just kind of sweet, well, kind of very sweet. So I have to be in the mood for it. But I also get new fragrances, so I kind of don't get in the mood for it just because I want to try out the new fragrances, and it just keeps on going that way. But these would be the 10 fragrances I would keep for the rest of my life if I had to. And there's probably going to be another fragrance that's going to come, you know, and it's going to take out something from this list. I don't know what things are similar from the last time I made this list. Probably Viking, Sauvage Elixir if I had it at the time, and Aventus, and Royal Oud if I had it at the time. I'm not too sure. Those are the ones I would probably say. Well, I just realized we got 6. Okay, we got 10. I left out Ombre Nomad. Oh well. I probably picked Royal Oud over Ombre Nomad, honestly. I just realized I didn't have it on my list. That would be number 11, though. That would definitely be number 11. And I could probably, let's say I was making this video tomorrow, Ombre Nomad would probably be included in that list. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Also, let me know which 10 fragrances you would keep for the rest of your life in the comments.